Hi, my name is Robert. This video is designed to give you step-by-step detailed instructions on completing the task at hand. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. In this video, I'm going to show you how to reset and check a tensioner. This one is on a Volvo S70. Many vehicles have these reusable tensioners. What I normally use is a 6-inch C-clamp and of course a hand grenade pen or a small nail or something to hold it once you get it compressed. Now this tensioner is responsible for keeping the tension on the timing belt area. The timing belt tensioner pulley. This is a backup spacer supposed to help the vehicle not jump time and destroy itself in the event that the tensioner fails, and that is the barrel of the tensioner. What you need to do is compress this tensioner and see if it leaks any oil. Right now it is fully extended, so I need to dry that totally out, and then I'm going to compress it with the C-clamp and see if it leaks. I'm going to try to do this real time. This is a hydraulic tensioner, and what you need to do is compress it. Make sure it doesn't leak any fluid. If it leaks the oils that are inside of it, it's possibly on its way to failure. Other than that, it can be reused. I often reuse them until I see any leakage coming out of them. So what you do is you open up your clamp, you put it in the clamp, and you slowly compress it. Mechanics have a tool that they load these in, and it compresses it over a 5-minute time frame. This clamp I put in there, I turn a half a turn at a time until it's compressed. I make sure I don't do it any faster than a half a turn every minute. On my C-clamp, since I do this a lot, I grinded a little nipple in there for the tip of that, and then I seat the back of it on the back here. So I put that in place. Now I start to crank it in. So let me set the camera down and turn this into half a crank. I have it in place, ready to start. My lever is up. I want to turn this lever so that it actually points down. That's going to be a half a turn. So that's my first half a turn. I'm going to wait a minute before I do a half a turn again, and I'm going to make sure my tensioner stays seated in the ball of my clamp. If it starts sliding out the ball of my clamp, I'm going to get a box end wrench or something and tap it to recenter it, because I don't want it falling out of the clamp. It's out. I'm turning it a half a turn. Now I'm going to wait another minute before I turn it another half turn. Alright, it's time to go another crank on the tensioner. So here I am. Roll it up, turn it so that it goes down, let it sit. Now as you can see, the tensioner is coming out of the clamp, so I'm going to get a boxed in wrench or something and tap that back in place. So it's sliding off like that. I'm simply going to tap it back in place so that it's centered on that for the next crank. I also have it sliding up on this end, which shouldn't be a big deal, but I'm going to watch that as well. Let it sit a minute for the next crank. Okay, we're ready for another crank. So I'm going to pull the handle up, give it another crank, and make sure it's centered. And it's okay if it turns. I don't like it turning around, but that's not going to stop it from getting pressure. The tip is coming more to the edge, so it fell out of my seat. So after I let it sit a minute, I'm going to tap the end of it over carefully. I'm going to tap it on the pin. I'm not going to tap the casing of it, because I don't want to cause any torque on the pin inside the tensioner. I'm going to use a thin boxed in wrench to tap that pin down a little bit. So let me do that and then give it another half crank. I tapped it back to that recess. Now I'm going to go ahead and give it another half a crank. It does feel pretty loose in there since it's been sitting a couple of minutes. Give it another half a turn. And it's getting close to being all the way in. Rolled out on me again on the tip, so I'll have to find a smaller screwdriver. Tap that tip in a little bit, or else I'll readjust it after it sits a minute. Let me see what happens. While you're cranking it in, whenever you get about that close where you got a 1/4 inch, you might be a good idea to line your pinhole up with your tensioner so that when you get all the way compressed, you can just stick the pin in the hole. It's been sitting a couple minutes, so let me see if I can center it. Might have to tap it with something with a little screwdriver. So let me tap that center, give it another half a turn, then I'll work on lining up the hand grenade pin hole. All right, now I'm pretty close to being all the way in. I'm going to do another half a turn, see if it's set all the way I need it right, and then I'm going to turn it around to stick in the hand grenade pin. So let me go ahead and turn this thing a half a turn. Nope, looks like it's going to take another half a turn or two to get that right. All right, it's pretty much all the way compressed. I turned the last crank, I slid the pin in, hand grenade pins in. Now I can release the clamp and make sure that it's not leaking fluid inside the shaft. So let me take the clamp loose and inspect it. All right, it's out. You look in there and there's not a bunch of, or not any liquid in there. If you got maybe a little bit of moisture, that might be okay. But if you can tilt it horizontal and any of that liquid tries to run, don't try to reuse it. It's destroyed. So there it is, ready to install. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.